Yeah, me know. The youth then are the real revolutionary. Attention, yeah, me know. They are coming again with the political jargons. They stay talking what they don't know. They say what we know and just what they taught us. But they are liar, man. I'm Mr. B, I'm Mr. C. You them are the real revolutionary. No matter what I want. Ooh, yeah. I'm Mr. Politician. Oh, Mr. B. Oh, Mr. C. I'm Mr. B, I'm Mr. C. Mr. B, I wanna root. Mr. C, I wanna root. They don't know what I want. Ooh, yeah. All they talk about is a political sanction to bring suffocation to our people. I'm Mr. B, I'm Mr. C. You build their roads.
And indeed, they will talk, but however, this is Today Liberia Television, and the program you are following is called Liberia's Election Matter. This is where we discuss issues relating to our electoral process. So, as we get towards the electionary period, so definitely we'll be discussing some trending national issues when it comes to elections here. My name is Thomas Blackswa, and I'm here with the man Abraham P.F. Sa. So together we'll be having a splendid discussion. So stick and stay with us as we take this short break. When we come back, we bring forth our host, Abraham P.F. Sa.
Free education for the youth them. Oh, Mr. B, Mr. C. I'm a Rasta man. They are liar man. Ooh, yeah. I'm a Rasta man. The youth them are the real revolutionary. Ooh, yeah. They are liar man. I'm Mr. B, I'm Mr. C. Ooh, yeah. I'm a Rasta man. It was done here in the liar den. All they do, them man talk. Ooh, yeah. They are liar man.
Today Liberia Corporation, Today Liberia TV. So it's the television series of Today Liberia Corporation here. And we broadcast to you from Pipeline Supermarket Community here in Painesville, District Number 3. So my name is Thomas Blackswa, and a blessed way to welcome you to Liberia's Election Matter. So on today's discussion, I will be going forth to my colleague Abraham P.F. Sa, who will be setting forth the basis for our discussion. So AB, welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, Thomas, my colleague, my bully, and I'm glad to be here this morning on this most talk about platform here, Today Liberia TV. I'm glad to meet all of you guys here in Goofy.
So how, has Lofa been? How is Lofa in general?
Yeah, well, to admit, where I'm from, Foya, Lofa is under total control for now, because as we're getting prepared towards the general election, politicians are in and out, but the most difficult part there is the road. Now from Wenjaman to Zozo is a challenge. Now if you are living from Zozo to, let me just say, Wenjaman, you will spend not less than 10 hours because of the road condition. Between Zozo and Wenjaman, the road is very, very challenging. And as I'm speaking to you, we experiencing a rainfall on us almost like from the start of this month, almost I can say on daily basis, and the road is getting deplorable. It's not an easy thing. From Lofa to Monrovia is a serious challenge when the attention is not given by our stakeholders, people that are responsible for road maintenance. There will be a lot of embarrassment for we the Lofian, because you saw what happened last year during the rainy season period. People used to travel through Swallon to come in the capital city of Monrovia or the capital city of Liberia, let me just say it that way. But however, we are hoping for the very best as we move into towards the election. But right now, Lofa County, we are there, and we are hoping to be there to see how best we can put things together for the betterment of our nation.
But there has been claimed that the road is, the road project to Swallon is actually moving on a very, very fast speed. So I don't really expect that, that would be a problem at this time. Yeah.
Yeah, but really one thing you need to observe, if you can really remember during the time Her Excellency, the former president of this nation, before she could turn power over, they went there, she and the current president, President George Weah, the broke ground for the construction of Banga to Medicoma Road. How many years now? 6 years, right? And
yeah, that was in 2017 before the elections.
Okay, yeah. Before the election, and you saw that since 2017 up to present, you go there and see for yourself whether they are moving speedily with the project or whether there is a delay. You yourself will be able to tell the public. But what I'm saying here is we have political projects. Certain projects, we are seeing a lot of projects ongoing in Lofa County. Since the government took over, there is no finished project in Lofa County. We have some of these projects that are unfinished from the time they started them. They are incomplete. They are incomplete, and based on their physical appearance and their let me just say association with the citizens in the county, we got to understand that these guys are doing all of those things in order for them to be re-elected come this October 10th. But it left with the citizens of this country to decide. But before ever we can start the real topics of the day, one thing I want to tell you is to bring change in the country is a good thing, but it's a process. Do you believe that? To bring change in the country is a good thing, but it's a process. Tomo, do you agree with me?
That is quite true.
What do I mean by this? You need to understand that Liberia, first of its kind, for Liberians to conduct digital census, right?
Yeah.
When it was pronounced to be a digital census, it was a good thing. But where are we today? Since November 16 up to present, Liberians are still waiting to get the census result. We are very closer to the general presidential election. Up to now, we cannot hear about the census result, about the census, the population and housing census that were conducted. We cannot get any statistics about that. What is the cause of that? Because the real thing that was to be put into place has not been put into place.
What is that?
Okay. Now you look at the statisticians that were there, the men who went and studied about the data collection, data analysis of the whole census. The men were dismayed for reason knowing to the dismissal, right? We were not there. But what I'm trying to say is, before ever you do anything, you need to calculate, you need to ask yourself, I'm about to do this, but what will be my achievement? Now if you get to Lofa, the enumerators and supervisors that participated, some of them, they did not receive their pay. Some people participated and they did not get the certain fee and the transportation fee that was to be given to them before deployment. Now look at what they said. They said press release. When you go to a little website, on their press release, they said They provided 3 numbers on their website, according to their press release, that if you are a numerator or a site supervisor and you're facing difficulty maybe for deployment or maybe for your payment, you can contact these following numbers. And these hotline numbers, they only place them there to satisfy the public. But Tomo, I challenge you now, if you call any of this number, when it ring, don't call me AB.
Why would I call you AB?
Yeah, it's a press statement. Let me just read shortly so that you will understand. It's a very frustrating. And if these guys, these men and women that work, if they cannot get their money before moving to the election, they will clearly make God to understand that even the coming biometric system that they bring in our country, it will affect our young people that will be contributing for the success of our country. You need to understand the very clear term. They said Liberia Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation Services, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, public service announcement. The Liberian Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation Service leaders informed all enumerators of the 2022 National Population and Housing Census who have not received their twinning sitting fee and the first 25% payments of enumeration fee to contact our hotline for what? Redress. Hotline number 1 0779 476092. Payment concern number. That is, if you were a enumerator or supervisor, they send you on the field, you now receive your pay, either the sitting fee or the training, let me just say the sitting fee, yes, or the first 25% payment, you now receive it, you can contact that number. Yeah, the number is there, but the number is not on. So how can you contact the number? Now, the other one, that is not too important for other concern. It says 0779 4760
Abby, I want you to take your time and call that number because I'm going to confirm that now.
Yes.
0779.
The payment number, concern payment number 0779 47 60 92 92
476092.
Yeah. If you have concern for your payment, they said that is the whole land number. But even if you call that number, you will not get them.
So it is titled here, Latest Hotline Payment Concern.
So you see that?
And let me just do this.
So
has switched off their phone.
okay.
The number is off.
So you see what I'm telling you? They are just playing a fire game.
Thank you.
They're playing a fire game.
I will try that again.
So if you want to try the other number again.
No, let me try this.
Yeah,
Let's
the problem
see something.
concern number. Maybe during the time they were assigning enumerator and supervisor on the field, maybe you have problems, like maybe you now receive all of your material info, or maybe you want to acquire.
Has switched off their phone.
So you see all
So
of the
that is
numbers
confirmed.
are off. Okay, let's see the third number, other issues concern number. That is 0779 47 6088. Other concern. If you have other concern, maybe that concern that are best known to yourself, or that you want maybe know something about sensor, what is the cause of the delay, why up to now sensor result is not out, that's the number you can contact. But now you are contacting the number is up. Now Leaches also request enumerator who have been registered, who have been assigned but have not received census material to kindly call the hotline number. Enumerator who have not been assigned but do not have supervisor are also encouraged to call the hotline measure above. The management of the Liberia Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation Service would like to thank all enumerator and supervisor for their patience and support to the census process as it works to address this concern. Shape your future, be counted. So you see, this happened quite recently, November, our sisters, some of us that participated during the census.
Oh, you participated too?
Yeah, I was a site supervisor, EA supervisor.
But being
EA
honest to
supervisor.
yourself, was
But
this census conducted based on the mandate or on the system that was set up?
the census, according to my own analysis, it was conducted based on mandate. It was something like that. It should happen. It will not happen. How can we go into election? How the people will trust us? Since 2008 up to present, our number, whether it is decreasing or growing, we want to know the status of our country, population status, right? Now, Thomas, the president appeared the gun time for the State of Nation address. He could not say something tangible about the census. The only thing he said, he only appreciated those that work, that use their energy, that use their resources. I who here, we did some pre-financing and we were not reimbursed. I used my own money to buy chalk. I used my own money to buy gasoline to supervise some of these females in the numerator that were not having adequate knowledge to the work because they needed guardians during the time they were doing their work. So it was my responsibility as a supervisor to coexist with them, and which I did. But let me tell you, even the gun, I can remember the gun midterm election, the gun midterm senatorial election in 2020. Some people worked, but they did not receive their money. They were not paid. Do you agree with me? Some people worked, they were not paid. The gun midterm election 2020. Now let's get into the subject matter. Everybody know the importance of election, except for children that are just coming up, that are just growing up, or foreigners or aliens that are just coming in our country. But they too, especially the foreigners and aliens, they too participated in election activities in their country where they're from. But now Liberia is now going to another level by introducing first biometric registration for registered voters. For voters to visit the various precincts to be given the opportunity to obtain their biometric ID card that will qualify them, that will give them the eligibility to vote on October 10 this year, 2023. But my fear here is I want to make it very clear. How prepared are we when it comes to the biometric system? You have to understand that first of a kind, for one precinct to be having only two staff, that is the clerk and the registrar. Because like the computer technician will only be maybe in the district or in the county to reside there, to bring issue, maybe to pay attention to issue, especially when the precinct staff having problem with the computer or the material that will be going to them to carry on the exercise. You need to understand that he will be there for in and out activities. But you need to understand that this process also is a new process. So my fear here is, are we really prepared to take the challenge? Our politicians, what is their take on this issue? Now, if you go to NEC head office at Congo Town, maybe you will understand that there are practices going on. We have experts that left from various countries. They are here at the HQ there providing training for the staff so that so that they also will be able to go in the county, especially the election ministry for the 15 counties, so that they will get to their counties for them to provide training for people that will be selected, individuals that will be selected to carry on these biometric activities for this election. But one good thing we need to understand, all of us are Liberians. Sometimes we the Liberians need to be very clear on the issue. If this election or this biometric system is not in our interest, let us come out openly and say that the biometric system is a good thing. But now looking at it and the time frame for the election, we should cancel it and do the normal activity, the normal procedure that we went through, especially the 2017 election. But other people will be there and say, if we do it that way, they will cheat us. We will be cheated in the coming election. Because that you will see one person bearing multiple voting cards. They will go to center A, center B. As soon as the ink is removed from their finger, at the end of the day, they will be going to another precinct to obtain another voting card. On election day, that the same thing will happen. Who knows whether that someone will be cheated or that Abraham PFSA. So these are some of the reasons that make other politicians to be so to be careful about this coming election, because we experienced that the going election. Thomas, are you there? We experienced that the going election. Now, what is our thinking, or what is our fear? Our fear, like FOIA, where I'm from. Now, the district number 5 representative, this man was elected by the citizens of that district, Mosorado, Honorable Tomo Pangafala. Let me give him the title that he deserves. Because in the U.S., we call these people that are elected to represent us maybe congressmen. But in Liberia, we call them honorable men. Before ever you can call somebody honorable, maybe they have done something honorably, right? But you will not call somebody honorable when they are not proven honorable. You know, Tomo Fala want to remain into power. I'm not against his achievement. I'm not against his plan for the people of FOIA. But my concern here is why the people of this country should be blind, wherein the people that elected you, the people that make you to be who you are, you leaving them, forgetting about them, then going to another area to carry on development. These are my concerns. And but now, you know how Tomo Fala want to win election in FOIA? Tomo Fala, what I'm telling you, as soon as they say biometric process or biometric registration kick off, you will see people of Mosorado County. People will not even make decisions for the district that they are residing in. They will be taking people from here, carrying them to FOIA in order for them to register. When they say election time, they will be carrying their again so that they will go and cast the vote in their interest. Automatically that will happen. And when they carry these people, they will not go free. They will pay them. The car will be available. Cars will be available. People will be paid. If they carry you to Lufa maybe for like 2 or 3 days, they tell you, say, my man, we carry you to Lufa, we will be responsible for your feeding. We will be responsible for your entertainment or miscellaneous. So go to Lufa, you get your voting card, especially District 1, FOIA, so that when there is election, on election day, you will go there and vote for the person that carrying you. That will happen. So hungry men like me that are spending 2 months, 3 months without earning $50. Now, what I will do, I will not have any other alternative but to go. I will go and get the money. Election day again, when they say they will carry me, I will make my way in to see my family member or to go see Lofa or see FOIA so that I can be paid. But if we do this, do you not think that we will be harming ourselves? There is the bigger question behind it. Because politicians, all what they want, they must achieve their goal. Yeah, people are saying the coming election, Tomo Fala will win. Honorable Francis Sakala Nyamale. Yes, I will agree with that because of the war. They are strategizing things, because of their political criminal innovativeness that they are putting into place in order to win. They say no matter what it is, they're going to win. You saw what happened when the.
But someone will say these people are not saying this out of any bad motive, but because they are going to use every means given to them, that is through the ballot box. So what's wrong with that?
My brother, let me tell you something. We need to be very careful. We need to learn how to be independent, right? You know that your country is independent, right?
Liberia is a sovereign state.
Yeah,
so that is not a problem.
But you are now proven to be like independent country.
Why?
Because of your way of interaction, because of your way of maturity. How many years, if you look at how many years you spent since you were declared independent state? How many years? 171.
I think 176.
176 years. Can you compare your age with Sierra Leone? Are you developed more than Sierra Leone? No. Country that just gained that were colonized, that were colonized by the British people like Sierra Leone, they are improving gradually more than Liberia that have more than 100 plus years. We are struggling beyond Sierra Leone when it comes to development. We cannot even compare ourselves. Now, if you look at the rule, the quota living from Kenema all the way coming to Kalahun, they are now moving very closer to the Liberian border, that is Kwendo. People are applying effort. But Liberians, one good thing, when how often can the president leave from here to go in the interior? I don't know whether the masses are suffering. That's why if I can hear people saying, this morning I was monitoring one guy on the local radio station here, he was saying that the least politician returned by in the country, for him, what he know of, the reason that made Joseph Boakai to go in the state is to go seek medication. That's his opinion, right?
But everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, that he is entitled to his opinion. But one good thing, my sitting here, if Joseph Boakai could be by me, I have this question to ask Joseph Boakai. I have several questions to ask him if the opportunity is given.
What are some of those questions? Because he followed actually this.
Now, some of the questions could be like, now you serve as a vice president because that there were people having problems with you, that you worked for 12 years and you could not develop your home. Why you could not develop your home? And why it is that you were not open to your people? Because people are saying that Joseph Boakai, he is mean, he is savage. But I don't want to conclude because he and myself have not sit on one table to really know whether he is mean or he is savage. But I believe that Joseph Boakai is a man with principle. He is a man that lives with policy. It is not because you are in government, then if you see other people squandering money to carry on development, you yourself is squander. All the money that is in the various ministry are there for different purposes, right? So
that's true.
If someone happens to be the Minister of Finance, if someone wants to be maybe 15-story building house, and me, I'm working with, let me just say, Foreign Affairs or Minister of Agriculture. So as you carry the same stealing that someone carrying on, as you carry the same squandering that someone carrying on, no, I will not do that. Election, let me tell you, now, if all of the presidential aspirants must declare their assets before what? Going on the ballot paper. If you ask Joseph Boakai that question when he agreed, then yeah, he is qualified to go. But if somebody cannot tell you their mission of presidency, their vision of presidency, then their experience, then what is the need of you making that kind of person to be a state leader? President, the first leader of the country, why should you give that position? Now, when President we are talk, he will say, don't matter. Because the Liberian people were to know. They were to know. Before President we could become president, he was a senator. All of us saw he appeared at the House of Senate, right? We saw his level of leadership ability there. President Weah did not force us to make him president. But we, Liberian people, told him wisely that he was the rightful person to lead us. To lead us. That's why today, if I hear people crying that our country, we are suffering, things are going out. Yeah. Just recently, when NDC put up their vacancy out, they only need 6,700 applicants. They only need 6,700 applicants. How many persons apply? They receive 50,992 applicants. Mathematically, if you subtract, you will know that the unemployed rate in our country is alarming. That if you have associate degree holders, you have bachelor degree holders, you have people with diploma holders, you have C certificate holders, you have B certificate holders. Both of them are moving, they are jobless. They are jobless. Is that how we choose to live in our country? And the question they asked the mayor, already Kev Hassan. He said, Kev, when Jim Goodday from asked Kev, he said, Kev, from the time you all took over, can you name one of the companies you're bringing our country to create job opportunity for young Liberians or for promising Liberians? He could not answer that question. Companies that were here ever since he started dodging the question. At the end of the day, what he did, he left the show. And he was having the opportunity to leave, and they afforded him the opportunity to leave, and he left the show. Because when you are not speaking the truth, sometimes when people ask you simple questions, it will be very difficult for you to answer that question. So Thomas, I'm urging all of our brothers and sisters, because now the highest group population in our country is the youth. We the youth need to be very mindful. We need to be very serious when it comes to making decisions. Now, President, we are asking us to give him another second chance. That he right to ask us. That our right to agree or not to agree. So, I'm kindly begging all of you, Liberians, especially you, Thomas, it is your responsibility, because your level of maturity, your level of experience can tell the public the kind of figure you are. But if you think that you can go and sell your barrel because of $20, yeah, I can give you the $20 and tell you this and that. You see, if you go living from where we are to Puebla supermarket, you go to Taneco Storage Junction. One politician there paving the road. He been with the people in that community. Why he could not think of doing that? That bad work he carrying on. In fact, he don't even care to even call an engineer to receive advice from them. They are just crossing some of these holes that were let me just say erosion, that were caused by erosion. So the mayor is working there. I asked people, I said, but why the mayor doing this? He said the mayor want to contest. So you now, if you don't need power, you can't help people. Simple question.
But this is what, on Thursday we discussed a topic, pay to play. So this is just like a repeat again. So why can't we citizens desist from taking monies from these people? Because if I pay you, AB, this is a business, right? If I pay you to give me something, when I receive that thing, I'm no longer indebted to you. Let's be real, that's a social contract. Whenever I give money for something, you don't have control over it anymore. But I pay you for a service, you render the service to me, and I don't care about, the aftermath.
Yeah, but
that is how it is.
See, if you go in the interior part where I'm from, this time the English that I can hear from people, this time no more SEPI. So you come and say you're right there. You say no more SEPI. If I use my money, all the money that I'm spending, campaigning, moving here and there, if I buy cold water, if I buy salt or cube to give it out during my campaign time, if I happen to win, I'm gonna get all of the money that I spent. Because you are saying that no more SEPI. If you can vote for somebody without them spending money, at the end of the day, you have the right to press the person, right?
But the person will choose whether or not to listen.
You have the right to oppress, but now, my brother,
No, you don't. I want to defy on that.
Why?
Because you've already given the person the employment. The only thing you can do is to wait for, the end of their tenure. That is after 6 years again before you can express
My man,
yourself at the ballot box.
you're looking at impeachment to be a very difficult thing.
Because it has not happened.
When the
cabinet general was impeached in this country,
he was impeached, but at the end of the day, what happened?
Nothing has happened.
Okay, so what we are talking here is election matter. Election matter is everybody's business. The Liberians should be focused. They should desist from violence. One good thing I want to tell people, especially politicians who go around and build radio stations to propagate their political messages, must be very careful. They're using our young people very wrongly. They're using them, they are damaging their future. Me, I can tell everybody, I can tell any of you, I can be like Thomas Fala, or I can even be more than Thomas Fala. I can be like Joseph Boakai, or I can even be more than Joseph Boakai. So why should I go and insult Thomas Fala for Joseph Boakai business? Why should I go and insult Joe Weah for Joseph Boakai business? Or why should I insult Joseph Boakai for Joe Weah business? We need to be very mindful. Politics is about experience. Using your political tongue to win the minds of the people. It's not about going on media to criticize people. Right? It's not about. But sometimes...
No, but criticisms are necessary. Let's get something. It is good to criticize.
Criticizing somebody doesn't mean that you should insult them.
Good. That is the issue, because we need to set some other things clear here.
Criticizing, I'm talking about insulting using hate messages.
No, but then that's not criticism now.
They have the positive and negative criticism. You want to differ?
There could be, but I don't think going as far as insulting is considered criticism. That's something else. Because I can criticize you based on the positive side, or looking at things you've done right and wrong, and I could criticize you looking at only the negatives. You understand? When I criticize you, I should be able to state the positive aspect of your works. And I should state also the negative ones. That is, a standardized criticism, wherein you bring forth the positive and negative. But wherein someone only look at the negative, then that's not criticism anymore.
Okay, let's come to this analysis. Let's look at Honorable Francis Sakla Imalen, who worked on the opposition side and who happened to be a lawmaker for District 1 Lufa County. Now, I have certain things in mind that I have to discuss pertaining his contribution and also his weakness. Now, Honorable Francis Sakla Imalen, if you look at our city connectivity, like the road leaving from Power Quarter coming to AG to get to the community of Ben, we were facing challenges there. In fact, our school-going children, some of them used to have accidents when the motorcycle used to be like taking them on their campuses, because we have other schools like Power, Golden Aid, Body of Christ around that community there. But he saw that there is a need for him to connect the road. What he did, he constructed a bridge between the two communities. Today, that problem is solved. Whether you are a sedition, whether you are a unity partisan, whether you are for him or not, the bridge is there. The bridge is accessible to every citizen that live in that community. Even you, if you happen to live one here, if you want to pass through Foya Broad Street, you can pass there. If you want to use the shortcut, you can use the same road. The same project of construction of bridges, he implemented the road between Peace Community and that of New Foya. That bridge was a problem for the two communities there. That bridge has been constructed, and the bridge is frequently used by the citizens, especially the students that used to live from that community coming to Trinity. There was a problem for them, but that problem has been laid to rest. Something that could endanger the children alive, that, let me just say, hazard has been identified and it has been worked on. So we understand. Now let's look at the road from Sinangolo, the road between Sinangolo and Leobengo, the bridge there. That place was very bad area. We used to move there. We used to face difficulties to go there. If you are Elijah, he will tell you. When Brownie Samuka, Senator elect, when he was going there, he saw how difficult was that road, and now that road has been.
I went there.
The bridge has been constructed by Honorable Francis Sakala Nyamale.
Yes, I saw that bridge.
Yeah, and apart from that, he is empowering our young people. Even today, some of our young fools who graduated from the Lofa County Community College, and he told them that, gentlemen, hey, now associate degree is not enough for you guys. The way you guys already have gotten the first step, some of you guys, we are encouraging you to get to Monrovia, continue with your study at the state-run university, that is UL. Some of these guys, they came here, but it is very hard for you to please everybody. Sometimes in life, that I can always say, there is conflict between expectation and result. There is conflict between expectation and result. Tomorrow you will say, AB, my man, tomorrow morning I will send you $100, man. But you may not know what will happen tomorrow, what will result to. So if I call you and say, Thomas, my man, you promised of giving me $100, but I cannot hear from you. Then if you don't send that money, it means as you look at it to be a bad person. I don't know why you account that as a problem. I don't know. But you need to understand, you and myself, you Thomas, you need to understand that where you marry him from, he's from Foya, he's from Lufa County. And he is the only opposition lawmaker so far that remains static, that remain, let me say, committed to his party from the time he was elected up to present.
So what about this guy, Clarence Massacre of District 3?
Clarence Massacre from District 3, yes, because I don't want to speak much about District 3 because we want to discuss issues. But
yeah, but you say there's something that only Jumani is the only lawmaker so far in Lofa County that is committed.
That remain committed from.
So what about Honorable Massacre?
Massacre also, I am not around Massacre to know his level of commitment. So if I say something at the end of the day that I cannot,
then don't be sure of something that don't speak of something
I said
of such that you are not too sure.
Is the only person I know to be one of a committed opposition lawmaker that remain committed and loyalty to his party. That's what I'm saying. So he is doing pretty well. Now look at Thomas Fala, who left from Mosorado, leaving his constituency, going to another person's constituency.
Honorable Edwin Snow did that, and he was rewarded again. By a seat in Bomi, and as far as the Senate. So I don't think there's a problem with that. Once it doesn't violate our constitution, it is legal. Do you get that?
Do you have any document that legalizes it? You say it's legal.
Why was it permitted?
It's all about somebody being power greedy because they want to die. They want to die in power. They want to be in power. If somebody can tell you, say for me, no matter what it takes or no matter what it costs, I will not go out of power. You have to be very careful.
The person could depend on their work.
Because
I know exactly what I'm doing. So if I'm telling you something, it tells you I'm working to the expectation of my people.
I've already given you the hint that Honorable Thomas Fala will be taking people from here.
Yes. It is now left with the watchdog. It is left now with the body.
They will go in Lufa on October 10 to let him as representative for this one. Yeah.
Maybe let's get something.
Don't cut me off.
This is in the purview of NEC. NEC should be able to handle that issue. It is good that you flag it as a watchdog, but NEC should be able to implement this to stop trucking. Because trucking itself is a crime.
Can you allow me to talk?
But I have to correct you, AB. We have to erase some checkpoints here. You can't blame Thomas Fala. You should blame the people who allow themselves to be trucked.
I'm not blaming the people because these people,
and you should also blame NEC, who is setting on her responsibility to execute her responsibility.
You must be able to speak the truth.
We're speaking the truth, but I'm telling you, NEC is still with the responsibility to do this. They should be able to stop this.
Okay, then let me just go ahead with my discussion. I'm saying that even though with all of the development that Sakala Nyamale carrying on in our district, I have problem with him.
Maybe someone could say that you are a PRO to Francis Sakala Nyamale.
Let me just say this. I'm not a parasite that living on any of the politicians.
People are not saying that, but probably you have your interest in him, so you want to promote his agenda.
With all of the development that he carried on, as I am saying that I have problem with
when did he start these things?
He started them ever since. I have problem on the other side. Because when people putting allegation on you, you must come out and speak. The issue of the polytechnic money, they said the money was allotted for the implementation of that project, and he, Honorable Francis Akala Nyimale, sat on the money and ate the money. If that is true, then that is very bad. Because if the money...
But why can't he clarify this? So this information has been filtered in there, and we placed calls to him. He has declined to speak on this issue.
That they were having problem with him. So long he failed to speak, silent miwa, concern, people will conclude for you. So it is his responsibility for him to go in his constituency, get on the community radio station, clarify the issue. But since Honorable Francis Akala Nyimale was elected as District 1 representative, this issue has been alarming and he cannot even speak on it. I can remember he only went there, he and Tomo Falaboa, that time they went to the forum, the former Konoku forum that is known today as Konotiko. Yeah, he went there to address the issue. But that could not be the rightful era to address that issue because everybody is concerned about the issue. Now, the other day, I read certain information on social media, on Facebook, that Honorable Francis Akala Nyimale was dragged to court by EcoBank for not paying the loan he took from the bank. I think something like 86,000 plus. So if he is dragged to court, then even that issue, he have to make people to understand how it happened.
No, he clarified that. He was not even dragged to court.
Somebody loaning money, that doesn't mean that they commit a crime. It is the right of every citizen to loan money or to live on loan, right? If I have, let me just say, the credibility, the integrity that gives me the right to go to any bank, they grant me permission to take loan, that should not be your worry. That should not be your daily news. It left with me to settle the problem with the bank. But
no, it's not just left with you. It is the prerogative of their citizens to know their status, because that could impede their representation. Don't you know that?
Thomas.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The coming election, I'm strongly suggesting to Election Commission. I'm a media practitioner. I'm not a politician. That was even down to the community radio station. People there, people who engage me, people who met me to contribute for my society, I give them an alternative. I don't like to be working with an institution wherein whether my boss is wrong or right, you cannot allow me to speak my mind. So
is that what's happening to Tamateko?
That what happening in the three radio stations. Makona propagating information in the interest of Honorable Tomo Fala. For Radio Diompilo that they call Sengando propagating information of Honorable Tomo Fala interest. Tamateko propagating information, Tamateko that we know to be the community radio station, propagating political messages that are favoring the former vice president, that are favoring the sitting lawmaker, and there are reasons for that.
What are those reasons?
Justifiable. There are reasons for that. Because people have been marginalized. So it means if I cannot be on your side, it means you cannot consider me to be...
So let me ask a question, AB. Okay, if Makona would do such, we could see it because that was established by a politician, the late Eugene Falakpaka. Now, if Diompilo would do that, we see reasons because that is the personal radio station of Honorable Thomas Fala, right? But not Tamateko.
Let me tell you now. Let me come there.
Not Tamateko. And the reason is, let me just learn.
Come on.
Let me just learn.
We're having problem with the staff of that radio station. It is not their responsibility to preach political messages or to promote a politician. You have politicians, followers that are responsible to go on the community radio station to propagate messages that will promote, that will help their political leaders.
AB,
the radio station, the community radio station should be open to every politician.
But that is what I'm saying.
Quite recently, when Tion Gongolo went there, the radio station he used to send his political message to the people of that county, he went on Radio Tamateko
Yeah, which
Who
is a
put
community
them?
radio station.
Yeah.
But the other two are private radio
Yeah,
stations.
so
I sent
when
to
he
the
went
down there.
out, he said, where do you think I can go and have a talk show? I told him, I said, we have a community radio station here. It's open to every politician. You can go there and have your discussion. It depends on the negotiation. Yeah, he went there, he saw it, and the chance was given to him. The radio station Tambatikor is there for Tomo Fala. Tambatikor is there for you and myself. The only thing, there are requirements. If you go in on Radio Tambatikor to have show, there is a fee attached. I think for every minute, I think you are entitled to pay $1. 1 minute, $1. I think you can United States dollar also, not LRD. I think Elijah and myself during 2020-2019 July 26th celebration, we went there. We were having a discussion. We decided of going on our radio station. We went. I think we asked them to us. That was the cause, and I'm aware when it comes to other community affairs like Muslim community, when they are like Friday to like go there for their Islamic preaching, they are not asked to pay anything. When it comes to Christianity, when it comes to preaching on the radio station, they are not asked to pay anything. When the district health officer is ready to go and create awareness about health, he will not pay anything. If the DO ready to go to like create awareness about education, he will not pay anything. But now the DO of FOIA, he is strongly supporting, and that's why the word civil. Being in government doesn't mean that it can be independent. You can support the government of the day, but in certain level you need to be very careful with the people that you are serving. If you like want to protect your interest all of the time, your interest, how about the community people interest? Because you are only protecting your interest, but you don't care to protect the community interest, because you feel that if you cannot campaign for His Excellency the current president of this nation, they will fire you, and the job that's sustaining you.
Who told you that?
That is your thinking. If you go to the commissioner to discuss civil issue, they will not discuss the issue to be civil. Now from the time my uncle passed off, the late paramount chief, there is a serious problem in the district. Who should be the paramount chief? Who should be the paramount chief of that district? Now the civil society organization, the local leader, are the one to look among themselves to choose or to appoint somebody to replace the late paramount chief. But now the commissioner of FOIA, quite recently, he was pronounced as the acting paramount chief of Kishi Chiefdom.
But he's only acting.
What?
He's only acting.
He's only acting, but you know why I think the mayor who was a confidant to the late paramount chief when he used to leave that place, he used to be there as acting. Omer Tamakoha, the client chief, the sectional chief, told them that as long as the mayor was very closer to the late paramount chief, he should be the best person to replace him. That there where the problem coming from. Now people looking at the leadership, that position to be family thing. Other people from the family side are saying that the only person that can be qualified or best to replace the paramount chief, it should be somebody from the family side. So you see where the problem is.
But is that what the code of ethics or the procedure is? Is that how it is, that someone from the family or someone who is just chosen randomly?
My brother,
What is it? Because I really don't understand that, sir.
I am not working with internal affairs, but if you see the issue delaying today, up to now, we have not actually knowing our standing point when it comes to knowing our paramount chief, because it's a serious issue. Because if you look at the code of conduct, like Ministry of Internal Affairs, they have to be very careful. If it could be the interest, if it could remain with the hierarchy of CDC, by now they finish running their decision. But the issue of that position is the rightful procedure must be taken. Other than that, there will be problem in our place, and we don't need problems. We don't need any tension in Foya again. All of the time, Foya politics is mounting every day. Foya politics is bringing pressure on our chief. Foya politics is bringing pressure on the young people. Foya politics bringing pressure on our Christian, unreligious leader. Is that the way we're supposed to be living? If you're passing on the other side, Tamba and Faya, they are from the same mother, but they cannot speak to each other because of politics different. That's how we should be living. So if Tamba is seeking for job, Ibrahim PFs are seeking for the same job, so we are enemy. We should not be an enemy to each other. Everybody is seeking for their own betterment. If you are good or if you are blessed, they take you, then you are blessed. If I see you, the next thing I'm supposed to do is to live by you, so that at the end of the day, I will have your guardian, so that if there is another opportunity tomorrow, you will think about me. But if I take you to be my enemy, how would that be? If you look at our lawmaker, they are working for the same goal. They are all working, they are using the same, let me just say, they are using the same co-guard. They are using the same job aid. They said the lawmakers are there for our representation, lawmaking, oversight responsibility, right? Are they telling you that the lawmaker from District 1, his own functions is different? Are they telling you that the lawmaker from District 2, his functions is different? Politicians, they are creating problems for themselves. For the past year, my brother, for the past year, things were not like this, because the lawmaker's salary was not disclosed. In fact, when lawmakers used to leave from the city here, anytime they go in the interior, in fact, people used to gather themselves together. They used to gather rice. They used to gather country material like rice, chicken, gold. They used to give them. They used to motivate the lawmakers. But now the lawmakers, their respect have been buried, because they expose everything that even the lead men in the community there know the reason why they want to become lawmaker, because they want to be paid. They get the money every day. So their salary is not hidden today. So right. Thomas, you have a responsibility. The election thing we're talking about, this election will be a historical and tough election ever in the history of Liberia.
You believe that?
2023 election. People will use all kind of techniques, whether spiritually or physically. They will do all what they can. Those that are seeking for re-election, they will do all what they can. Those that want to get into power, they will do all what they can. So we will see who will be who. Are you there?
I'm here.
So, crystal clear, the elections are coming. The only thing I am urging our politicians, they should not involve themselves in blood sharing. What do I mean by this? They should not pay people to go and cause trouble. Young people are the ones that people are always using to cause trouble in our community. They are troubleshooters. So this time I'm kindly begging all of you, I'm now a politician. We are activists. We want to see the right thing happening. We want to get the better foundation of this country. We want to see how this country can move forward. Sharing money all around cannot help us. You can give me 1,000 United States dollars today. If I am not competent how to handle the money, that money will finish. At the end of the day, you that gave me the money, you will become my enemy, because you will not be able to give me money all of the day. There is a saying that says, before ever you continue giving fish to your child every day, it's good for you to teach the child how to fishing. So there are a lot of things. Liberia is a simple country to live in, but we're making things very difficult for ourselves. Even the way I apply with NEC, if somebody know that maybe I'm not in their interest, if they see my name, they say no. Why that man name should surface? The men are supporting us. NEC again. In fact, people that are qualified, people that should be given the priority to work with NEC, media people, independent media journalists, not political journalists, not political.
Then how will you work? How will you do your, or perform your duty as a media personnel if you are being allowed or given preference to work with NEC?
Yeah, but normally
how does the story go?
This it been happening.
Yeah, it been happening, but is that the right thing to do?
You looking at that report.
You should report the story.
Yeah, but maybe based if I happen to be like a registrar or a clerk at the prison center, that would give me an opportunity to even interact with the citizens that will be participating in the electoral process. I'll be able to get all of their views, their challenges, their difficulties. In fact, how I got to know this information during the gun midterm election, people said that for them, they were going to sell their card, and some of them sold their card. They said whosoever that gave them money, that the person they're going to give their vote to, and some of them does it. You saw what happened. That's how Lufa County by-election was manipulated.
But AB, you were on the scene. There were allegations that a group of men that were taken from here by the ruling establishment was engaged into preventing citizens who were out of the country from coming into vote. How factual is that?
Okay, in fact, I even brought the issue out the other day. Quite recently, our lawmakers passed a law bill, dual citizenship, right? That we can be a citizen for Liberia and be a citizen for another country. True of us?
That was true.
Okay. So if that is true, now let's look at our relationship with Guinea. Let's look at our relationship with Sierra Leone. You need to understand that we have our brothers that went to Sierra Leone during the refugee days, and they are still there, but they are still Liberians, right? And some of these people, when they hear about election matter, their interest lies of coming here to make decisions for their country. I don't have problem with what happened during the by-election in Lofa County.
Why?
But I have problem with the way things were addressed. I am saying that these people were given the right. All of them were having their voting card. They came to the neighboring towns that is very closer to them, Medekoma, Wasonga. They came, they took their voting card. And even the general presidential election in 2017, they were given the right, they were given the right to exercise their political right. They voted. But they got midterm election, let me just say by-election, because of lack of interest. These people were denied. The LRS, I don't know whether Inspector General Thomas Falambu took his border patrol officers moving all around. They went Medekoma, sedition militant, they went all around. They post up to people.
Meaning they did that with militant from a political party.
They post up to people not to come in to vote, because according to the information they gather, that these people that were coming, they were not coming in their interest. So if they would give them right to come in and exercise their voting right, at the end of the day, their goal could not be met. So they do all what they could do to trigger the other, let me just say, other politicians that were in the real, like Galagba Kotuma, that were having the vote that can come from Medekoma. Look at the margin between Galagba Kotuma and that of Councillor Jala. But for me, that's why I kept mute. Even I went at the radio station, I told people to remain peaceful until they could get the final result from NEC, because we knew how things were turning around. We saw it
and we knew it, we were moving. That why when we are in the county, we use our own motorbike to go around to get us through it. So we saw what happened. And Thomas Farambu continued saying that the coming election, even if we can come to Liberia and they give you your voting card on election day, nobody will leave from Swaziland to come to Liberia to vote, and what that should be.
But normally, borders are closed during elections period.
Yeah, let me come there. My hands are very clean on that. Borders are closed, I agree. But it's not in the case of between Swaziland and Liberia.
No, it applies. We have territorial boundaries.
The only place I can see that happening, even that because of the water that between the Guineans and the Liberians. But it is very difficult for you to do the proper implementation that requires closing of border prior to election. You understand? If election is 10 days ahead, I'm a Liberian, do I not have the right to come to Liberia and be here until the election time? What I'm saying this matter is, if you think that anybody that lives in Swaziland or all of the Swaziland resident member of Swaziland, whether you are from Liberia but you reside in Swaziland, you should not come to Liberia to obtain voting card to vote. Clear cut. But
if you want to do that, you come within the time so that you stay here and vote.
As long the person obtains their voting card, there is no need of you denying them. Don't deny their right. So, my brother Thomas, this is how I want to encourage you to have this in mind anytime when you are moving out, because we need to use mass media to propagate the rightful information that our people will listen to. Liberia is all what we have. There is no place like home. I can always remember this. And the only country we have is Liberia. If I listen to other people saying that, for me, the election that coming, I will not have my hay, I'm not going to vote. I only get my ID card maybe if I want to buy a SIM card, or maybe if I want to go for a loan. That would be the only purpose. You know what make me laugh the other day? You know, people can play cheap politics. People were moving all around telling people that the only people that will be qualified to obtain voting card this year, only those people that have the national ID card. I said, but who told you that? Then the woman was telling us, if that for it, then some of us will not vote, but me and I get money to go get citizen ID card before going for election ID card. So you see how they're fooling our people. Have you heard that? That if you not get a citizen ID card.
But that is why that should be, also a responsibility of the media to propagate this message. Maybe let's be real here.
So
because we expect that the falsehood being spread.
Information is key. Sometimes we have to be very careful in sharing information. We are on the show here. People that started with us, they may not end with us. Maybe at the starting of our conversation, they may hear us differently. But at the end of our conversation, if any error is made on the media here, the person that started with us and did not end with us, even when corrections are made, that person will not be there to get a correction. So to rectify that mistake or to make that correction, it will be a big problem. So if somebody can go on the radio and say, according to the information that before ever you can be qualified for Liberia 2023 general and presidential election, you have to be a proven citizen by you showing your citizen ID card before ever you can be allowed to go through the normal process. Are you kidding me? If you say that old man that's sitting down there monitoring her radio, at the end of the day she will say, but me, I will not even hear my head, that day I will not go there. And knowing fully that the information that you're providing is not factual, it's not true. So are you not destroying our country? The people that are supposed to make decisions will not make decisions.
That is why the media must take this as a responsibility to educate, citizens. And this goes to NEC. You need to do more awareness. You have budgets for that. use the budget and don't keep it.
And one good thing I want to also recommend to National Election Commission, we have people that are propagating political messages on the other various radio stations. If you are or affiliate or member of any political party, they should deny you from participating in the electoral process. What do I mean by this? You can go and vote, but for you to be a key player or to be a staff for NEC, they should deny you. Because I observed so many things like the government midterm election, people that were campaigning, but being that NEC pulled out vacancy, they declare interest to work with NEC and they were selected. They use that as a means to coerce other people. When they know that you are not in their interest, sometimes you may give the ballot to the public that on that day you are not campaigning now, but your heart will never leave supporting your candidate, right? So I'm encouraging the NEC to go on the other radio station, community radio station, to inform people ahead of time that if you are in politics, you have to stay, you have to step down. Other than that, if people file complaint against you, at the end of the day, and we get that complaint and it is credible, it is genuine, we can deny you. Even when you have the last experience to work with NEC, we will deny you. I think when people get all of this information, they will be very careful in time of participating in politics. I'm not looking at politics to be a bad thing. So because of time, we're going to conclude here.
Okay.
Because like I told you that Lofa from Foya to Monrovia is a challenge when it comes to our road network. They will not be facing road in Bangladesh. Then you see they are facing Lofa County road. They are trying to face Lofa County road, but they have not gone into Lofa County territory with facing of the road.
But maybe you are getting me scared because I'm actually intending to go and register in Lofa. Yeah.
But let me tell you, when I was leaving from Lofa, I left from Lofa on the 11th of this month, which was on Saturday. I left from Lofa County. It was around 12 p.m. We left from there. You start checking the hour. We left from Foya 12 p.m. You know the time we reached to Zaza?
When did you reach?
We reached to Zaza 11 p.m. 11 p.m.
PM?
11
I don't
p.m.
understand.
You are not understanding me?
11 p.m. when?
11 p.m. We left from Foya 12 p.m.
On the 11th.
On the 11th.
So
We reached Zaza 11 p.m. on the 11th.
no, let's get something.
Okay.
Because if he left, oh, you mean after 12 hours?
Yeah.
Or something around 12 hours, because from 12 to 11, that's 11 hours.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So from Foya to Zaza, how many hours?
11 hours.
Okay. Now from Zaza again to Monrovia here, in fact, I can say from Foya on the 12 p.m. we reach here on the 12th by 8 p.m. How many hours in total we used to come?
That's somewhere around more than 24 hours.
So you see, so if the road could be good, why would delay all on the road?
But this issue of road is, it's a challenge all over Liberia. Look at the southeast.
Yeah, but then what if you see most of these local materials are expensive in the city because we are lacking of good road. Like if we can have a good road from here to Foya, my man, I can tell you for free. I have the energy in me to live from here. I have the energy to live from Monrovia here to reach Foya the same day. The next morning, again, I'm able to leave from Foya to come Monrovia with my goods like butter beer, plantain, banana, and other stuff. So like Edos, we have other things that we need to bring to the city, but the access is not given to us. If I say the access is not given to us, we don't have good rule. If we have good rule, some of these local things that are expensive, if you ask for one single banana here, they will tell you, see, $50 or $40. I will not look at my money and use it to buy banana. Because we have this thing over there, so you have 4 banana or maybe 5 for $10. You see, so you see the large difference. So if we have good rule, even when it comes to health system, we will be able to maintain our health. But even our mothers and sisters that live beyond Foya, in other villages, they are also experiencing the same thing. When somebody is sick, for them to even leave from the village to come to Foya, they will be thinking about the transportation cost. They will be thinking about the money they coming use to the hospital. So it happened in my case. I was coming, I received a call that my son was suffering from fever, and the condition was very serious. So when I told my wife, I told the information provider that, hey, please go to my wife, tell her to come to Foya. She started thinking about money. I said, no, what I will do, she will not worry about money. I will send money to somebody. As soon as she gets to Foya, she will receive the money. And my brother is there, even Vavi, I sent the money. That's how they came to Foya. And the boy who was suffering with high fever, his skin was just getting hot. Today he is improving. Now the mother was telling me that, in fact, they want to return at the village, to do their farming. I said, no, you all have to spend 2 weeks. The mother will not start taking medication and start improving right away. Then you say you want to return at the village. It will not be sounding good for me. So you have to wait. So we're going to stop here, my brother. Thank you for having me on your media. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
It's our platform.
We want to appreciate all of our viewers, especially people from different angles, the 4 cardinal points. That is from the north, south, east, and west. We want to say thank you for following us. And this is your platform. We provide you all of the services that you see rolling under. I run the Pueblan supermarket. I run the Big Sambu turning point. If you want to send your MoneyGram, you want to get your MoneyGram, send with RRA. All of the services are here. You want to do your wedding, you want to do your printing of T-shirts for political party activities. The services are here, so you can meet this media institution that is coming up with creativity, because we are all young entrepreneurs, especially my brother Thomas, who believe in technology. I salute you. I want to say thank you. Thanks to all of you, especially the manager, Elijah Moses, and also the CEO, Nathaniel Saleh. The man Saleh, he has the vision for the young people of this place. Now, currently, we are proud of him, and we believe that something better will happen more than this. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. That was man Abraham P.F. Sa, and my name is Thomas Blackswa. Together we've been here on this edition of the program, Liberia's Election Matter. So until tomorrow, on the, how can we call it, the program, The Real Issues, I want you to have a blessed day. So you can follow us at the Capitol. Our correspondents, our reporters are there, our legislative reporters, both from the lower house and the upper house. That's the House of Representatives and the Senate. So for the regular section, until then, let me bid you farewell with this one.
They are liar man, I'm Mr. B, I'm Mr. C, ooh yeah. I'm a Rasta man. It was done here in the liar den. All they do, them man talk. Ooh yeah, they are liar man. Shut up, be shut up, baby, go. What's in the fire? Ooh yeah. by yourself. Intellectual masturbation, masturbate, just to make yourself feel good.